Okay, so hello, my name is Silvia Martinez, and I'm going to present the summary of learning theories and materials. So first, I'm going to be talking about the learning theories that are three: behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. In behaviorism, the principal authors are Ivan Pavlov, that is this man, in the left side, John B. Watson, in the right side, and B.F. Skinner. Okay, so behaviorism is a theory that measures observable behavior that are produced by the learner to respond to the stimuli. The response of these stimuli, it can be in a positive feedback that is given to the learners because they can respond to the stimuli in the correct way. And the main propositions of this theory is to analyze human behavior and their stimulus response interaction to the association between them. Okay, then we have cognitivism. Cognitivism, the main authors are Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, here, and Jerome Bruner. Okay, in cognitivism, it involves the study of mental processes such as sensation, perception, attention, encoding, and memory. In here, I learned that a little bit more about how this works, and in this theory, they emphasize the process that can be called cognitivism. This process happens in conscious thought. You need to think a lot, process, pay attention, and find out about the codes, understand the things, and as here it says, memory. Okay, next, constructivism. It's also Jean Piaget, and here we have Lev Vygotsky. These were the main authors. It's the response to the behaviorism theory. It means that the role of constructivism theory is the opposite of behaviorism. So if it's the opposite, here the student's role is to construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing. So here it's necessary to go through experience in different activities or in different daily habits that you have to learn from them. Okay, and now I'm going to be talking about 4 authors or topics that I like and what I remember, what I liked, my favorite things about them. Okay, so here I have Gardner, the multiple intelligences. So this was very interesting for me because there are 8, and I think they're really important. I think I cannot move this. No. Okay, but I hope, you can see it in the recording. But here it says bodily, kinesthetic, musical, visual, spatial, logical, mathematical, linguistic, naturalist, interpersonal, and interpersonal. I just knew the names, and for example, they asked me before to make a quiz to know which were like your most predominant intelligence that we had. So in the visual spatial intelligence that is over here, people is very good at visualizing things. And some of the characteristics are that people like to read and write for enjoyment. They're good at puzzling, at putting puzzles together. They interpret pictures, graphs, and charts very good. In the linguistic verbal intelligence, here, people are very good with words, with writing and speaking. They're very good at writing stories, memorizing information, and reading. They love reading. So the characteristics are that they're very good at debate or give persuasive speech, and logical, mathematical. People are very good at reasoning, recognizing patterns, and logically analyzing problems. Then in bodily kinesthetic, they use their body. They need to stay in constant movement. I think when we see this picture, we can infer like what is it about each one, right? And some of the characteristics are that they're skilled at dancing and sports. They enjoy creating things with his or her hands, and they have an excellent physical coordination. Then in the musical intelligence, that is over here, people are very good at thinking in these patterns, rhythms, and sounds. They like to listen to music. They have appreciation for listening to music and different type of music. They enjoy singing and playing musical instruments, and they remember songs and melodies. Then in interpersonal intelligence, that is over here, as we can see here, in interpersonal is when you are working or you're aware of your own emotions and with yourself. And in interpersonal is with people, how you interact with others. You're good at understanding others and interacting with others. Next, extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation. This one I really like it as well. I knew or I heard before about intrinsic and extrinsic, and the word also helps us to understand what's the difference. Extrinsic, it's like something from outside, right? So as you can see in the pictures, in intrinsic is something from the inside, that interest and enjoyment in the task itself. For example, right, if we do something, if we enter to a university because there is the subject or the master that we want to do, because we love it, because we feel it, that will be an intrinsic motivation. Or also because, for example, if you have curiosity, if you want to have fun, if you like that. Extrinsic motivation is more about the result by doing the task. So what's coming after the task is done. For example, bonus, pay raises, promotions, benefits, prizes. So here it's more of what they're going to give you after you do that. Okay, in the learning styles, it's Honey and Mumford. So in here, there are 4 types: activist, theorist, pragmatist, and reflector. In these ones, I didn't know these authors. I just knew about the learning styles. And also I think I did a quiz before. So in activist, people learn best by doing. So can I have a go at doing this now? They want to stay active in that activity. They want to be part of it. These kind of people like to tackle problems. using brainstorming sessions with others to figure things out. In the reflector, they learn through observation and reflecting on results. They take information in from multiple perspectives and work to a conclusion. So here, I don't know if I have more time. I think I have more time. And okay, so pragmatist, how does this work in the real world? You need to see how you can apply it in the real world things. In theories, why does this work like that? You're making theories, you're more trying to understand what's behind this. Okay, and finally, I think it's the fourth one, is Ivan Pavlov. So also I knew a little bit about him and about the dog, the bell, the food, right? It's the classical conditioning. I think it's not gonna be in the video, the classical conditioning, but down it says classical conditioning. And yeah, it was how they learn using stimulus cause that the stimulus caused a biological response. And then another stimulus is added that caused the same response. So for example, here it was about the food and the salivation, and then wanting to introduce the bell, but it was no salivation, and then the bell and the food, it was a salivation, and after conditioning, they used just the bell, and he just started to salivate, right? And about Ivan Pavlov, he was a Russian physiologist specialized in digestion, and he experimented with dogs to see connection between salivation and digestion. And that's it, I think. Yeah. So thank you very much.